Okay, welcome to Inside the Book. I'm Dan Kostelski. This is Jason Foster. We run Voltbet. And we're down to the final weekend of Super Rugby. Who would have thought that Sharks and Chiefs would have been playing in the finals?
Yeah.
None of the punchers, obviously, because we're a winner on the outrights on either one of those teams. It's just a function of how much.
Exactly. Nice results last week for us. So.
We've got, as an outrights, you can still bet on the outrights. We've got the Chiefs at 4-10 and the Sharks at 15-8, and obviously it just eliminates the draw. But I guess it's a decent segue into the match. 2-5, Sharks 19-10. Where's the cash?
The cash is on the Chiefs outright, and they took our original -5.5 handicap. We're now -6.5.
Oof. Okay. And they're taking all of our minuses.
They're taking all of our minuses, yeah.
-1.5, you name it. They're taking every single one of those.
We're in a nice position where even if we lose on the match, we're still not going to lose on the results. So,
right on. They've also taken the over on the 43.5, so I'm assuming that they're anticipating a relatively high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think
Sharks have been scoring a lot. Chiefs have been known to score quite a bit.
But possibly punters are thinking the Sharks would be competitive, but be too tired in the last 20 minutes of the game.
Australia to Newlands back out to New Zealand. Not easy.
Probably concede a couple of tries late.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to cricket. We've got a big test coming up. England 2-1, draw sitting at 15-10.
Yeah.
South Africa's at 15-8. Right now, 70% of all the bets sitting with South Africa. Where's the money?
Money on South Africa and money on the draw.
Okay.
Draw obviously because of the weather.
Yeah.
But very interesting because the last few games at Headingley have been low scoring for the team batting first.
Okay.
Teams can potentially be bowled out for under 100 there. So.
Well, right now we've got all the money on first innings lead going to South Africa, so it's pretty much a function of who wins that toss, probably.
Very much on the toss, yeah.
Okay.
If you bat first, it's difficult.
Okay. Impossible to talk sports these days without Olympics. We've had some very interesting results in the past week, certainly from the betting side of things. Just take us through some of those examples.
Well, swimming specifically, this past week, tons of money and amazing results. Plenty of money on a couple of swimmers at very short prices. Sort of 1 to 6 prices that lost. Then money on swimmers at long prices. For example, swimmers at 3-1 shortened into 1 to 100 by the time they
I think Chad Leclose was 8-1.
8-1. He started on our book, and plenty of money on that.
We lost quite a bit of cash on that particular result, but it was fun to be a part of.
Worth paying that money.
I think going forward, and I think that just gives everybody an indication of how difficult it is sometimes. I mean, you don't study the forms of these athletes, and you just pick the favorite, or you pick with your heart, and it doesn't always work out as well. Saturday we've got the 100-meter preliminaries. We've got the finals on I think Sunday. Usain Bolt is 4-6, Blake's 8-5. Those guys are carrying most of the cash. The 200-meter is starting again next week. Same thing. Bolt and Blake are favorites. Bolt's 5-10, Blake 16-10. Tennis, pretty much all the usual suspects are sitting there in the final 8. Novak's at 17-10 as favorite. Federer's 5-4. And Murray's still sitting at 7-2. Most of the cash is sitting on Federer, as it was during Wimbledon. Same thing. Serena 4-5. Sharapova at 9-2, and Azarenka at 11-2. Most of the money on our book is actually sitting on Sharapova. And then we kick off the final event is golf, Bridgestone Open, which is a precursor to the PGA Championship, which is happening next week. Most of the cash is sitting with South Africans. Al's at 45-1. Louis Oosthuizen is at 45-1. Charles Schwartzel at 55-1. And the odd man out, Zach Johnson, where there's a lot of cash, is 28-1. And that wraps up this weekend's sports betting.